Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. Today I'm taking a break from the massive undertaking that is cleaning this room so I can make a wreath because I'm tired of cleaning for now. I'm gonna get it done, I'm just tired right now. And it's almost July, it's June 27th, which means it's basically fall. So let's make a fall wreath. This is fabric mesh, it feels so nice. My dream one day is to only make wreaths out of fabric mesh because they feel so nice. The only problem is sometimes they make me sneeze. So we are going to do the one roll method that I saw on Deco Exchange. So yeah, I'm going to do 6 cuts at 18 to 20. I'm going to go closer. Let me try to do 19. No, yeah, let me try to do 19. 6 at 19 and then 24 at 10, right? Is that right? 1, 2, 3, and cut your long pieces first. I mean, look, it's legit like fabric. Alright, I've done 3 at like 19. I'm gonna do the next 3 at like 18, and then, you know, just y'all know I'm paranoid. And y'all know how many curse words I have to say when I end up not having the right amount of mesh. I'm going to put these on the other side of my, you can't see them, they're hanging right here. Not that that 1 inch is going to make a difference, but I'll just go 19, 18, whatever. Alright, I think I'm going to turn this the other way because it's on my rule upside down and that curl part is coming up. So let me just do this over here. I know you guys can't see this. I have a little card over here that holds mesh or ribbon or whatever I want it to hold. Okay, so now we're going to do 24 10-inch cuts after we scratch our faces while holding an open rotary blade. And these are for the outside curls. So you do want these to be pretty, that's not on, I can put that on there. I'm gonna get that on? No. You definitely want to get these at 10 inches because if not, you're gonna have trouble rolling them. You want a nice fat roll, not a little, you want a cigar, not a cigarette. So yes, I am cleaning this room. I have made a massive progress. I don't know how. There's too much stuff, not enough space. But right now, almost all my stuff, I'd say at least 50% of it is in boxes on the porch waiting to go to Goodwill. I told my friend, I was like, Goodwill is going to get this box and be like, who the hell was this person? Because there is craft stuff, there's a bunch of ribbon that I hate, there's a lot of Christmas stuff, but then also like toys and random things from around the house. And I hate donating to Goodwill, but better than staying in my house. So yeah, I've purged a lot. I've organized a tremendous amount. I got rid of my giant chair, which the dog is still reeling over. He's very upset. That's also outside because I could barely get it out the house and now I cannot get it to the street. So hopefully someone will see it on my porch and be like, hey, you want that, you need this chair? And I'll be like, nope. take it. No! Y'all saw that, huh? Damn it. The only thing I don't like about fabric mesh is that since it's actual fabric, it does dull your blade. So I've not made anything in, I don't know, I guess I've been cleaning for about a week now. No, I'm not a hoarder. You know, I run a business out of my house, and I don't have a house big enough to run a business out of. If only I had a nice big space where I could keep the dog's chair. It's his chair because it used to be my chair. I was obsessed with buying this enormous recliner. I was like, I want that. I'm gonna watch TV at night. Y'all know I don't watch TV. I don't know why I wanted it, but I got it. I think I probably sat in it maybe like 4 or 5 times. But he always jumps up there, and that's why he hangs out. And because he hangs out on it, he scratched all that, you know, like fake leather, so it started peeling. So every time I would go by to like brush up against it, all this brown vinyl would flake off all over the place, and it was gross. And I was like, this is taking up too much room for this little bitty dog to sit in. So I'm gonna cut from 10 to 20 just because this is right here. I got rid of it, and I will get him something more appropriate. Right now he's laying on a $2 piece of felt, and he's perfectly happy, so I don't know why he needed the $400 chow. Okay, so I probably have extra. Alright. That rotary cutter's weird. I actually like the Dollar Tree one better. Okay, now that I am situated in a nice, comfy, hard wooden bar stool and not standing up, we can proceed. This is a Dollar Tree frame with 18 pipe cleaners. You know the drill. That was actually a broken drill bit. My mom did this one for me, so we might have to finagle a little bit. I'm sorry, I have them all full of ice. I'm going to start on the inside with my ruffles. Then we would do our curls. I like this method, especially when you have a mesh like this where, see, if I hold it open, you can just barely see my fingers moving through underneath there. It's not like a super sheer mesh. Alright, since these are taking up my entire workspace now, I'm going to have to move that aside until I can get these in. So when I do a ruffle, I'm just going to curl side. This is a curl side down. That's what how it curls like that. Curl side down, flip this under, ruffle up the middle, and this one's super easy because there's a black lines to follow, but I get off course a lot and just kind of correct, and I never have a problem. This is, go lay down, baby. He's like, I would, but my chair is outside. That's gonna give that 2 twists. This is so dumb that I cut 18 and 19 inches. Like, what difference is that really gonna make? But if it meant I got the right amount of rolls, which I think I'd probably have 25 instead of 24, that's fine with me. This mesh is so thick, I probably could have just done one thing of nothing but ruffles, but I like the texture this gives. And they have some, well, I don't know what I have to put in. I know I don't have a sign. I organized all my signs and I was like, okay, now where am I going to put the fall signs? And then I was like, how do I not have a fall sign anywhere in this house? I had one and I used it already for a different wreath. So that's the thing. But I don't quite remember what happened last year, but somehow I have like 30 Valentine's Day signs. I think I made 2 Valentine's Day signs last year, 2 Valentine's Day wreaths last year, and then this year when everything went on clearance, I was like, well, I guess I better get like 40 signs. So I have Easter, I have Christmas, I have way too much Valentine's, no fall, and like 1 Halloween sign. This is my second to last ruffle. I like doing this method too because it doesn't give you, oh, a whole bunch of stuff is about to fall. It doesn't give you a an enormous 8-inch high wreath. You know, it keeps it pretty flat, or flatter. So maybe somebody could put it between their front door and their screen door. I think the clearance on that is like 4 inches. I don't know. I don't make wreaths specifically for that. And I guess I also don't specify on Etsy because I end up adding so much stuff, you know, and the bows are usually 8 inches by themselves. So I don't think any of my wreaths are screen door wreaths, but you know, there are ways to make them. Like the pancake method, something? I don't know. So that's our ruffles. That looks pretty full already. Let me try to drink some more coffee and not get a mouthful of ice. Alright. Now, in the outside, we will be taking our 10-inch pieces, rolling them up, cut side to the back. This is she's kind of thin. And the reason we cut the long ones first is because the curls form themselves when you get closer to the spool. I'm going to put 2 in every pipe cleaner along the outside. What am I kicking underneath here? I don't know what it is. Oh, it's a box of parchment paper. What's going on in my life, guys? This is a good one. I don't have to do anything to it. I am now taking Ozempic, which I just tested my blood. I forgot to test it this morning, but I tested my blood sugar. It is about 9:50. So it's like 10 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. I ate around 5, and my blood sugar right now is 125, which is chef's kiss, perfect. I don't have my glucose monitor on anymore because it expired and I can't get another one until tomorrow. So I had to test manually, but whatever, 125, that's perfect. I'm happy with that. But before I had the glucose monitor, I took it off because it expired and you have to like take it off and switch it out, but my insurance doesn't cover it, so I have to keep going in to get free samples from the nutritionist. It won't cover it because I'm not on insulin. The continuous glucose monitor, I mean, it covers like test strips and stuff, but not the one that made my life so easy. But yeah, I think last Sunday was the first day I was 100% in range between 70 and 180. Obviously 180 is pretty high, but that was like the range. My doctor was just like, let's try to keep you under 180. So with the Ozempic and with an extremely strict diet, I'm at 125 today, which that's pretty good. But I have not lost any weight in 2 weeks, which is very strange to me because when I'm like, I'm gonna lose weight, I lose weight. Like it is not, it's not the struggle that it has been. So I'm like eating low carb, not because I'm not doing keto. That's gross. Well, if that's good for you, if you can eat all that fat, that's fine with you. I can't do that. Putting the butter in your coffee is gross though. I am judging y'all a little bit about that. I'm doing low carb, extremely strict. Like, I think my breakfast, I don't even know if my breakfast had a carb in it. Like maybe 1 gram of carbs. What am I doing with this? I'm like trying to turn this into a ruffle. So I'm not losing weight. I'm like, what is going on? So, you know, I start Googling and YouTubing and I type in like low carb diet, not losing weight, and all these people who scream at the camera. Is that something y'all want me to do? Do y'all want me to become an aggressive YouTube personality where I'm like, put these in the curls, you're doing great, now slam these curls in there and tighten it down tight like a hurricane's coming through. You gotta get it in there tight. You gotta do your best. You're doing great, Brenda. Oh my God, that's the best thing I've ever seen. You know, like this, shut up, first of all. Secondly, can you just get through the video without screaming like an idiot? And there was one woman, she was like, hi everybody, today I'm gonna talk about some reasons why you might not be losing weight. I'm like, okay, you need to start screaming, sis. You need to scream. You need to get a different microphone, you need to do something. And if I'm telling somebody that their audio is messed up, you know something's wrong because mine is horrible all the time. So the whisper woman, she doesn't say anything that helps. She's like, you might be eating too much butter in your coffee. And I was like, I'm not, oh, ugh. What do you do if you drink iced coffee? They're just chunks of butter. Bleh. Bleh. So then I get to this other guy. He's like kind of screaming, but it's okay because he's skinny. And I'm like, wait, he's skinny. That's the best thing you can be. So he says, you know, make sure, he gives all these things, like make sure you're doing this, make sure you're getting in your fat, and I'm just like, I'm not doing fat. Because you can't type in low carb anymore and not have keto come up. Like, there was one time before keto existed where you could say, hey, I'm on a low carb diet. And it wasn't like, hey, I'm on a low carb, high fat diet. So he's like, you need to watch your calories. And I was like, my calories are fine. I am on maybe 1,200 calories a day, between like 12 and 1,500, depending on whether or not I feel like I can have a protein shake for lunch and not pass out afterwards. So he's like, yeah, do this, do that, whatever. And he's like, let's talk about artificial sweeteners. And I was like, why do we have to talk about artificial sweeteners? Those don't have any calories or carbs. Which is true if you use one packet. I am not going to tell you how much Splenda I put in that cup of coffee. No, not this one, because this is the first time I'm like, let me not put the amount of Splenda I normally do. So yeah, one packet has no calories and no carbs. But when you put in, okay, well, one packet, what if that's 1 cup? How many carbs is that? Well, that is 24 carbs, and it is like 100 calories, which I'm not concerned about 100 calories, but those 24 carbs, if I drink 3 or 4 iced coffees a day, that adds up. Not that I'm putting a cup of Splenda in each cup of coffee. Only put a half a cup, but still. So I was like, oh, let me try this. So now there's 3 teaspoons of Splenda in here, and it's horrible and it tastes terrible, but for the greater good. And the greater good would be getting off the 900 pills I'm on, so I can get on a different pill. But yeah, the Ozempic is not bad. This is like, I took my 2nd dose yesterday. I feel not great today. Like I don't feel like I'm gonna die or anything. Like I don't feel like I'm gonna get checked into the ICU and have to stay there for 3 days. But I am a little. Last night I was a little headachy. Today I'm a little nauseous. But besides that, I mean, that's not bad. Like I was telling my friend, I said, you know, as long as I don't end up in the hospital again, and as long as I don't have a headache, like I'm fine. If medication is going to be, like I'm going to have side effects. I always have side effects. If it's like nausea, throwing up, you know, like gastrointestinal stuff, that's fine. I can deal with that. I cannot deal with a headache. Because right now, if I'm nauseous, because I am nauseous right now, if I need to go and run and throw up, I can do that. Wash my hands, clean my face, sit back down, and keep making this wreath. But if I have a headache, I ain't getting out of that bed. It's too hard. It's too bright even when all the lights are off. I can't read. I can't watch anything. It's just, it completely incapacitates me. Because when I get a headache, y'all, it is a headache. So last week I had the headache until it was like a headache and dizziness. I took it Saturday. My mom came over Sunday because I was like, I fell over, and she was like, what the hell? So she came over and she was like, just stay in bed and, you know, it'll get better. And I even sent a note to my doctor, and I was like, I don't know about this. I was dizzy enough that I fell over. So she said, you know, make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Try to eat more often. And I was like, so I've been, look at this. Look at this. We got 2 left over. Fantastic. Eat more often, try to drink water, try to drink more water, she said, and if you need to go off of it, you need to go off of it. That's just it. But the side effects you have should go away. She's like, the dizziness and the headache, they're not common, but you know, if it's not common, that's the one I'm gonna get. I'm not gonna get the one everybody gets. I'm gonna get the one that puts you in the ICU for 3 days and makes you lose 3 days of work. But yeah, it hasn't been bad. Just I'm tired, and I don't know if that's... I didn't sleep well last night. Which I should have, because I cut my mom's grass yesterday. Have y'all guys ever used a lawnmower? Oh my god. I have a little bitty lawnmower. It's electric. I never used it to cut my grass because my neighbor does that. I'm just going to go around and make sure these all have 2 in them. But I went by my mom's and she was cutting her grass. And I cut the backyard for her, and I was like, oh my god, this thing is so... And she's got like my sister bought her a really nice lawnmower. But it is so hard to move around because it's like You know, my cutting radius on mine is 14 inches. I don't know how big hers is. It felt like it was 25 feet. I don't know. So yeah, do I want... Oh good, I just dropped like 35 pipe cleaners on the ground. See, I should have slept great because I did that, I came home, I cleaned up some more, y'all. This room, my mom came over Friday, and she was like, oh my god. She's like, where is everything? And I was like, it's either in the garbage or in the kitchen. Some of it's in the hallway. I'm just ruffling these up so I can stick them in the middle. Because I'm not gonna use these little bitty pieces for anything else, so they might as well fill in that hole. Which is not so much about being like, oh, I hate that there's a hole in the middle of the wreath. I just, if I put something on top of it, I want it to stay up, you know? Okay, and let me grab another one. Oh, I didn't drop anything that time. Cool. Yeah, so far Ozempic, doing good. We'll work on the Splenda this week. There is a drill bit in here. Do you guys see that? It broke so many drill bits. I know you guys can't see over here this way. This is my long arm table, and it had a huge piece of aluminum, because it's made out of aluminum, like that extruded aluminum stuff. Had a huge piece of aluminum sticking out. Every time I would walk in here, I would just run right into it. So I finally decided I was going to cut it off, and that didn't go well. So then I was like, I'm going to drill a bunch of holes in it and then cut it off, and it broke every drill that I had, pretty much. And then my mom came over, and I was in the bathroom, and before I was done with being in the bathroom, I heard this huge clink, and I was like, what the hell is that? She's like, I cut the thing off. And I was like, oh, of course you did. I've been trying to do it for it was like 2 days of me just, every time I came in here, I would saw for like 10 minutes. And she's like, yeah, I got it. We can go. Let's go to Walmart. And I was like, okay. Alright, y'all, what are we gonna put in here? Where's my fall box? I don't know where my fall box is. Yes, I do. It's underneath there, underneath 37 other boxes. Perfect. Alright, so there we go. That is our base, and it is only... That's about 4. I mean, you could get this in between a screen door. Not once I'm done with it, but yeah. I like this mesh too. I don't want to, I don't think I'm going to do tails because I'm not going to cover up expensive mesh with a bunch of tails. I'll cover up the cheap stuff all day long. Y'all know I'll put a ribbon or two in here. But, yeah, I think I'm going to, okay, go somewhere else. Your mama's looking for you. Yeah, I'm going to figure something out. I have some little things I've been making to put in there, but I don't know yet. So, yeah. I'll be back. Y'all, we just underwent a whole journey looking for my bow maker. And don't ask, Adam, how do you lose something you use in every video? I managed to do it. I'm awesome. I found it though. It was underneath literally everything else in the entire room. Alright, here's my base. I finished this a couple days ago. I just saw something I wanted to pull off of here though. Okay, I guess I wasn't imagining it. I'm gonna put this, over here. I know you guys can't see that. And let's make a bow. And let's zoom out. There we go. Alright, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ribbons? That seems like a bit much. 8 ribbons, sorry, that's better. So, I don't like this ribbon. This is that, somebody asked me, they were like, can you tell us what the plaid is that you hate? This is it. The number is X914240-10. So if you go on Craft That Lit and put that in, you can see what the picture looks like, and then if you see a plaid ribbon that is the same thing, it says minor variations or something, those are the ones that I don't like. Why is my garbage can behind me instead of in front of me? Okay. So it's not, it frays. All you gotta do is spray it. I would not use this for tails. I've made that mistake too many times. But if you spray the cut ends, it's fine. So, let's see. I have the plaid. I have an orange silk dupioni. I have the stripe that I always use. This rusty orange. This one that I found in my fall box when I was looking for leaves and a pumpkin. That's from Big Lots. Everything else is from Craft Outlet so far. The linen in beige, the linen in green, and this farmhouse stripe in green from Walmart, I think. I think I bought like 27 rolls of this when it went on clearance. Because I'm like, I keep running out of that ribbon, and then I find like 4 more, so. Let's see. What do we want to do? I think, how much of this do I have? Yeah, I want this. I think I want this on the back. In the back, sorry. I'm just going to put that on my spool holder, on my little cart thing. Alright, so how we're going to do this is I'm going to measure a 12-inch tail. This is going to be a terry bow, I think. I forget, y'all. It says we're only doing 1 bow. We might as well bring it out to 7. Or should we do at least a bow? No, let's just do a terry bow. I think. No, let's do at least a bow. Okay, 3 loops at 7 inches. But what we're going to do is slightly different with this bow, which is not slightly different because I do this sometimes, I just don't mention it. We cut this tail at 12. We're going to cut this one a little bit longer than our loop. So this is like probably 9. Where are my good scissors? Because that was not enjoyable to cut that. Alright, so the shorter one is going up, the longer one's coming down. 1 loop this way, 2 this way. And I can now proceed with these scissors. And now I would like maybe this. So since we started over here, now we're going to start this way at 12-ish, right? Yeah. And this one would be 3 loops at a little bit less than the other ones, because we're not going to be able to go down a 1/2 inch each time. Oh, we might be able to. So like 6.5 inches. Okay, we might not even be able to do that. I did not realize that this was so short. Never mind, we got it. And these two are both pretty stiff. You know what, I'm going to pull this one down and push this one up since it's shorter. Okay, so 1 loop over here, 2 loops over here, with the 1 loop underneath. I need put this plaid in here somewhere, but making 6-inch loops with this is still not ideal. So let's do the silk next. Upside down. Yeah, I'm just gonna work down a 1/2 inch each time. Are you serious? Like, joins aren't bad enough. Look at this. What are the chances that's gonna fall right in the middle? Pretty good. Yeah, well, like, I can't believe he put that in there. Well, I can't believe. Yeah, I would think I wouldn't put that in there if it was gonna fall right in the middle. It's like sewed and glued? Like, really? Okay, let's put a, what was that one, at 6? Let's just go ahead and get this over with. I always feel like I'm doing this backwards when I go. Yeah, because it's like everything gets turned around. Alright, that's better. She is gonna be a big bow. Business, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I was just about to pee on the floor, but then you caught me in the act, so... Oh, why am I using these scissors? It's like cutting through ribbon with my teeth. Actually, my teeth are probably sharper than those scissors. Okay, one up, one down. Short tail up, long tail down, even though they're both pretty much the same size. Alright, so... do this one next. This one will be at 5. This doesn't fit on my spool holder deal, because it's a 50-yard roll. Which I love because it's 50 yards, but at the same time I'm like, I want to put it on my thing. So these are at 5, but this needs to be longer already. Ugh. Okay. This will be... No, this is at 5.5. This one's at 5. This one's at 4.5. It's basically there. So what's going on with you guys? Everybody doing good? I'm okay. I went to the dietitian, well, my nutritionist, dietitian, diabetes management person yesterday to go get my Dexcom changed. And since I got it put on yesterday at noon, I have been 100% in range the entire time, which is pretty cool. I was in range right before I took it off too, but yeah. well, and my insurance decided, even though I'm not on insulin, they usually won't cover the continuous glucose monitor if you're not on insulin, but the doctor called and was like, hey, listen, he really needs this, you know. He's back and forth with whether or not he's going to have a hypoglycemic event, and if it's, you know, if it starts going down, you know, blah, blah, blah. So the diabetes supply company called me, and she's like, hey, we want to get your Dexcom unit out to you. And I was like, oh, okay. But she's like, the only problem is we can't ship it until July. Today's June 29th. She said we can't ship it until 10 days before the 24th. And I was like, okay, that seems awfully specific. But apparently my insurance, which, go figure, insurance won't pay for the continuous glucose monitor while I still have test strips. So I was like, oh, alright, I guess. Alright, that's not that 4. So my prescription is up on my test strips on the 24th. She can ship the unit of the, I don't even know, the sensors in the application thing on the 14th. So this one lasts 10 days. I got it on the 28th, so it'll last until next Wednesday, which means I'm going to be out without one for a while unless I go get another sample, but I'm okay. My blood sugar has been, why do I keep grabbing these stupid scissors? My blood sugar has been super, like, super even. Not even, you know, like super consistent, I guess. I'll tell y'all, I swear, I do not know how to talk sometimes. Y'all are like, when do you know how to talk? This is super long. Okay. Come on. Alrighty. Got my pipe cleaners here. I'm gonna twist these together just because this is gonna be a beast. This is gonna be somewhat bestial. I want to make sure I have enough pipe cleaner to grab, and that the center right here is reinforced. I can't believe I didn't use any of those ribbons that I use every time. Alright, before I do that, let me just... Oh, I was like, what? Well, I messed that one up, but it's just that one's going that way, and this one's going this way. Alright, that's kind of distributed the way I want it to be. I'm going to make my little hairpin shape. I got my thumb on top and my fingers on either side of the peg. I've got a death grip on it. Not great for my arthritis. Twist the bow. Not too many times that you will break it like I always manage to do. We're done with this. I'm going to go through that underneath a bunch of other stuff, so it takes me 25 minutes to find it the next time I film the video. I'm going to precariously balance that right there so it falls over and makes a bunch of noise. So in addition to doing my diabetic stuff, I am basically a lawyer because my mom's landlord from the house she used to live in has decided that she would like to keep my mom's security deposit to fix up the house that she is going to sell. Now, y'all know I don't like to talk bad about people, but thank God I don't know where this woman lives. She's not fixing things my mom broke in the house. She is not repairing things that my mom damaged. She is like getting the house ready to sell using my mom's security deposit. So she told me yesterday she was all upset because it's an $800 deposit. She's like, that could be half of my fence, that could be, you know, a house note, it could be this, it could be that. And I was like, don't worry about it, Mama, we're gonna figure this out. So I got online and I did some research, and I found a letter that says, you know, I looked up the law first. And I found a letter to send to the landlord that says basically, you have 30 days to give me an itemized list of what you're using, what repairs you have to make beyond minor wear and tear over 10 years she was in the house, or we will see you in small claims court. So I got that done this morning, and then I went and mailed it. $4 to mail a letter. I don't know where my things are, y'all. You know those things, the wire cutters. And in Louisiana, I don't know if this is the same place anywhere, if she doesn't respond within the 30 days and we have to go to a small claims court, my mom can ask for her deposit back ×3. So I talked to my landlord yesterday, and he was like, you know, my landlord's completely different from, well, pretty much every landlord I've ever had, because he's actually, like, he cares about me and me as a tenant, and, you know, they're just nice people, and they wouldn't try to screw somebody over. So, you know, I talked to him, and he said, if you send the letter, she'll probably be like, well, crap, I can either pay her the $800 that I technically owe her, or I could probably pay her in excess of almost $3,000, because it's 3 times the rent, and she'd have to pay for the court fees and the attorney fees and whatever if it went to that. So, my mom's, this is a woman who gave me my first haircut. She cut my hair for years. She's cut my whole family's hair the entire time we were growing up. And to just be so like, oh, I'm using it to fix the house. My mom was so upset, y'all. I was just like, oh. Because my mom is like, her house is always clean. Like, if y'all can't, if one of y'all called me and was like, hey, I'm coming over, I'd be like, I need 4 days. And that's just to clean the bathroom in case you have to pee. But like, my mom's house was always clean, even when nobody else was there. There were never dishes in the sink. The bathrooms were always clean. Everything was always put away. There was never, like, you know, scissors on the ground or a bow maker hiding underneath a bunch of other crap. But the landlord said she had to clean, and my mom was like, I swept. That's all I had to do, is sweep, because they were coming in there to do a bunch of work on the house, and the realtor told her, don't worry about all of that, they're gonna come in here and mess everything up anyway. So, yeah, I'm basically a lawyer. So if anybody needs my legal services, join Patreon, where I will be giving free legal advice. It might not be correct, it might actually be illegal, some of the advice I give, but, you know. Like, say you have a problem at work with a coworker who keeps taking your parking spot, even though it's your parking spot, instead of going to, like, HR or anything like that, just punch that person in the face. Completely unprovoked, except for the parking thing. Just walk up to him and punch him in the face and then walk away. And then if you get in trouble, say, my lawyer will be in touch, and then just go home. That's advice from me. Actually, I guess since this is going to be on YouTube, don't do that. This is satirical. Business, what are you doing? I can't see you because there's a giant crate of boxes in the way. What are you doing? You handsome. You too handsome, maybe. I've been thinking about that a lot, Business. I think maybe you're too handsome. Okay. Those are all cut. I used to have a bow. Where did it go? Oh, it rhymed. Alright, so the reason we did these shorter, these longer, this is the, look how long this one is. This one's like an extra 3 feet long. This is the bottom of the bow. This is the top. And I'm just gonna, oh! You'll know what that is. It's one of them, like, cow hooves. It stinks so much. It's been in here for maybe like 2 years, but he found it while I was cleaning up, and he's like, this is my thing. And I'm like, I don't want that. It's been on the floor for 2 years. Why did you play with it? He's like, no, this is mine. I gotta chew on this now. And I was like, okay, sis, go ahead. Go off, sis. I think I would be a good lawyer. I'd be like, objection, sir. Judge, objection. She needs to shut up. And he'd be like, what did I say? I don't even know. He'd be like, yeah, you need to shut up. Listen to him. He knows what he's talking about. He's a successful YouTube lawyer. Why am I not cutting that one right now? Oh, you thought you could get away? I started rewatching Glee. Just because I saw a YouTube video and they were like, oh, the best performances on Glee. So I started rewatching it. First of all, super depressing since 3 of them are dead. Like, it's especially hard to see Naya Rivera. Like, it sucks that the other 2 are dead. But, like, seeing her and knowing how she died and, oh god, it's just horrible. But I think the worst part is how creepy Schuster is. And he's so, like, cringy. Like just watching the scenes where he's in, I'm like, I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. And I am probably older now than he was when he was making this TV show. I was like, I'm so uncomfortable. I feel like he's being lecherous towards me, and I'm a grown man. Oh, I almost cut that the wrong way. And then I told Michelle, I was like, I'm watching Glee, and this guy is just so inappropriate. And she's like, oh yeah, there's like a GoFundMe page or something that says, it's got like, change.com or whatever it is, you know, one of those petition sites. It's 500,000 signatures asking that Matthew Morrison, who plays Schuster, be sent to Guantanamo Bay. And I was like, oh, people really hate him. And then I looked into it more, and people really hate him. Like, there's very few celebrities that I'm like, oh, I hate her, I hate him. But, like, there is active hate going on for Matthew Morrison. Okay. So that bow needs work, but let's continue. Alright, well, we made that 21-inch mesh wreath. Y'all have seen that. Why is this pulling apart? Oh, is it just moving? I was like, is this pulling apart? How is that possible? Okay. We made that 21-inch mesh wreath. I did all the stuff up here, and then I hated it. And the reason I hated it is because I did not follow through with anything down here. This mesh, I feel like, is enough. Like, this is already very busy, but we're gonna continue and we're gonna make this nice and pretty. And I'm gonna roll this up right now because if not, it will fray into nothing. That's why I'm just gonna kind of roll all these up. And if I was doing a grapevine, I would have left the bow off and done the part I'm about to do first. But since this is Deco mesh, I like the bow on there just to know where I'm going. All right, we have this ribbon, which is what we're gonna pull from because as much as I hate it, it's a really pretty ribbon. We have the brown. Is this brown or black? This is black. Black, brown. This orange, the cream. Here's the cream. Where's the black? Or the dark brown? There is none. Well, this is kind of our dark brown. So I have a bunch of florals. I have the ever-present Dollar Tree pumpkin. I thought I had the. Didn't they have a dark? Don't they have a dark brown one? I was sure they had a dark brown one. I can't find it, and I actually think I might need a cream-colored one. Oh no! Don't fall over. I have this, which might be slightly too big, but I kind of like that. And I have one of these fabric ornaments, which I'm not sure. Well, I don't hate that, but so yeah, I don't know about this because it's really big. So this might have to come over here. I have more of these if I need them, but we'll see. We're just gonna work on our florals for right now. Oh no, 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 no. And here we go. What? Okay. Oh, nothing fell over. I'm so proud of myself. And there goes the thing behind the table. Did you just see that? Oh my god. I'm a mess. I'm a filthy hot mess. All right, so we have hydrangeas, peonies in blue, leaves, mums, different color mums, more leaves. And I'm gonna work with 2 sets of leaves first. These are all from Dollar Tree because Dollar Tree's fall florals are on point. And also that's all I have because it's June. Alright, and with my glue appropriately heated up, hopefully. The only thing I hate about the Dollar Tree fall florals is these tags. It's all the florals actually at Dollar Tree are these tags. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to get my sister over here and be like, hey, here's a giant Starlight container full of flowers. I need to take all the tags off. Alright, so instead of cutting these like I want to, you know, I would usually I'm like cutting them and putting them all in there. I am going to, I need the damn pliers. Okay. I'm going to cut these right below, right there. So they're all still attached. And see these shorter ones, I'm going to bend them up. Bend these up, spread everything out. Bend them out. Okay. And instead of doing all of them individually, we're just going to do this whole thing at once. generous amount of glue. Let that sit. Coming over here now. These parts up. Spread these parts out. So that and that. Lift this up a little. And if you're like, do I have to use that much glue? Probably. I mean, I do. I don't know what y'all have to. I don't know how y'all live y'all lives. But that's what I have to do. Because I'm a mess. Alright, and for these, we are going to go back to cutting them all separately. This is more of a yellowy, I mean it's yellow, but it's orangey yellow. 3 for one side, 2 for the other. And then, let's do these. Oh, I'm getting lucky with these stems. Alright, 3 for the side that has 2, 2 for the side that has 3. What are we doing? Everybody get over here. And these obviously don't need as much glue because they're not a big thick stem. But get some glue on it now. And where I can, I'm putting them in between like the rolls or the folds of the mesh. Just because that'll give you the best chance of stuff staying in there. I've never had a problem with like florals falling out. Unless everybody's florals have fallen out and nobody's told me, which that's very sweet of y'all, but could you please tell me if your florals have fallen out? You know, if you leave your wreath outside on a metal door in 115-degree weather, that is not my fault. And I will take you to small claims court and sue you because I am a lawyer now. But even in that kind of weather, I think that you would be fine. I was watching one of the people I subscribe to. I'm about to, I subscribe to her, but I'm following her on Instagram. I'm about to unsubscribe because she had a baby and she's not shut up about it, which that's fine. But that's not what your channel's about. That's not what I subscribe for. And if you want to talk about your baby all the time, that's fine. But I ain't here for it. I don't care that you had a kid. So she posted this thing and she's like, she comes on a camera on Instagram, has a mess, makeup's running all down her face. She said, guys, it is 85 degrees outside and I am dying. And I was like, it's 85 degrees outside, you poor thing. I told Michelle, I was like, she is complaining because it's 85 degrees outside. She's like, it's 85 degrees at 2 in the morning here. And I was like, yeah, I know. I was like, whatever. But apparently they don't have air conditioning because it never gets that hot wherever she's at in, I don't know, the Pacific Northwest. And I don't know what the humidity situation is, but 85 degrees here with the humidity is like 100 degrees. So when it gets 100 degrees here, it's like 120. But I was like, oh, poor thing. I said one of the channels that I like, the most watched channel for me on YouTube is Garden Answer, because they put out a video every day except for Sundays, and they've been doing it for a long time. So when I'm done, like when I'm like, I need something to watch, I just go back and rewatch their old videos because They're excellent quality. I love seeing the progression of their life, the progression of the garden. It's like this huge. It was like about 2 acres when they bought their house, and they bought a pasture that was next to their house to make it like, I think it's like 5 acres now total. And the Laura, it's Laura and her husband, but she does, you know, she does all the gardening and the designing and everything. Like, she just has like this immaculate eye for gardening and just like a lot of good information. But where she's at, they're in Oregon somewhere, and she'll be like filming a video, and she'll be like, "Okay, guys, I gotta get these." She said, "I gotta get these plants in the ground because it's gonna be like 115 degrees next week." And I was like, "What?" But they also have zero humidity. That's what she said. It was hot, but she wasn't like complaining about it. She said it was hot, but they don't have the humidity, so it's not like what it would be here. And she said, "I don't know how people in places with a lot of humidity do it." And I was like, "We don't." My air conditioning is off for some reason. I have no idea why. Oh, you know what then? You know what it is? I do know why. Because I've been freezing lately. Ever since I started losing weight, I have been like, it's like I lost weight and all my blood went with it because I am just freezing all the time. But that happens every time I lose weight. As soon as I start losing weight, my body's like, we need to conserve heat. Like, what's going on? Is he stuck in a cave somewhere? Like my body thinks I'm like hibernating or something? But as of this morning, I have lost 20 pounds in 3 weeks, which, that's fantastic, that's wonderful. It should be a lot more than that, but it's fine. Not to discourage anybody else, because if anybody else did that, I'd be like, that is amazing. Also, that's probably too much for you. But I'm a guy. Our metabolisms are a lot faster. We lose weight faster. And I'm big, y'all. I'm a big dude. So, yeah. But I've been on, I was low carb. Now I'm no carb. It's challenging. I want to eat a baked potato that's stuffed with pasta inside of a pizza. Like, is that something we can make happen? Also, I want it served a la mode, but instead of ice cream, I want cake. So somebody get on that and send it to me. But yeah, I have been so careful about eating, like the cleanest eating I've done in my life. And I am not seeing that reflected on the scale, and my nutritionist is like, don't worry about the scale. And I was like, I know, but the scale is like, besides the Dexcom telling me what my sugar is, like the scale is what I want to see the change on. These are either going to look fantastic or terrible. I think these are too dark. But do we like that? Let's see. You know, it's hard to like look at the scale, like, because I lost 16 pounds the first week. Or was it 19? No, it was 16 pounds. I lost 16 pounds the first week I was eating, the week after I started the low carb, and then I lost 4 more pounds over the next 2 weeks. Or has it only been 2 weeks? Let me check. Alright, I started on June 6th. Today is the 29th. So, yeah, that's 3 weeks. I'm just going to put these in here real quick to see. And I'm pretty sure I want them. That's so funny. I have to like put them in here, and I can't look at it like me looking down like this. I have to look up at the monitor and be like, okay, yes, that looks fantastic. But yeah, so my air just kicked back on. I turned the air up earlier because I was like, I am freezing, I'm gonna die. But y'all, I survived. Y'all know I survived. I'm a survivor. I'm Michelle Williams. Uh-oh. But yeah, so I was doing low carb, and then I switched to no carb, which I think when you say like low carb, it means like you're purposely avoiding carbs, or like you're not eating. Low carb is like I'm not eating pasta, I'm not eating bread, but no carb is when I made a conscious effort to avoid all carbs in any form, whenever possible. The only carbs I have are if I have a protein shake, because I think there's like 5 carbs in my protein shakes, which is not bad. But I also stopped eating. Like, I was cooking a bunch of different things and then having them in the refrigerator when they were ready, and I'm like, you know what? Every time I go to get something, I don't want it. The only thing I ever always want is breakfast. So I just made 12 breakfasts this morning, and that'll last me 4 days. It'll probably actually last me like 6, because a couple of those days I'll just have protein shakes as meals. Have y'all not tried this yet? It is amazing. I don't know why y'all have not tried it. You need to try it. It's wonderful. I can only find them at Dollar Tree. And I get triggered when I go to Dollar Tree now, because they closed the good one. And the new one they opened is crappy. And the old one is crappy. Oh, no. Okay. No need to freak out. Yeah, me and my mom went there this morning, and I was like, do y'all have Christmas out yet? And they were like, what? And I was like, never mind. But they had some florals out. I was just gluing that back together because I pulled it off, and if I pulled it off once, it could fall off, so that's what we did. But yeah, the diet is going well. It's just my energy level, because I'm not eating any carbs, like 1 out of 10, it's like a 2.5, maybe. Like, I woke up from a nap today, and I was just laying in bed, and I was like, I need to go back to sleep. And then I called my mom, and I was like, I don't feel good. She's like, did you eat? And I was like, mind your own business, of a woman. But I hadn't eaten, and after I ate, I felt a little better. All right, I'm gonna forgo these, just because there's only a little bit of blue in here, and I feel like that's enough. That is just, y'all, this is pretty. All right, and to carry this down here, we're just gonna add a couple of, I'm like, that's pretty, a couple of leaves. Also, a shout out to Jennifer Picklehead, because she gave me some advice today. That has changed my entire life. Now, I don't know if it was life-changing, but it was money-saving, and I was like, what? I said, girl, tell me, what is it? I asked Michelle. She was supposed to be coming in July. She's not coming in anymore because, I don't know, she has to go have emergency surgery to stay alive, something selfish like that. I was like, hey, would you like to take a day trip when you come in? And she's like, oh yeah. She didn't even ask where. She was like, yeah, let's do that. She's like, let's take a trip. We can get a B&B. We can stay at a B&B, an Airbnb. And I was like, oh, that's not me. Like, I don't know. Like, she's done that several times, and I'm just like, ugh. We can stay at an Airbnb. We can make a weekend out of it. You know, we can leave on a Friday and come back Sunday evening. And I was like, Michelle, we're going to Mobile. First of all, calm down. Secondly, I can't spend an entire weekend with you because I will murder you to death. But I want to go, all because of Jennifer Pickering. Oh my God, y'all. She needs to change her name. Her new name is Jennifer Smith. Jennifer Smith. She sent me a picture, and she was like, I had a shopping cart. This is how foreign this is to me. She had a shopping cart that was full of like Deco mesh and ribbon, but like nice stuff. And I was like, what the hell is this? What is this situation going on? She's at Old Time Pottery. And I was like, what is going on? I said, you have a store where you can just go buy this stuff? you don't have to order it online and then complain for the next 3 months about how you ordered the crappy ribbon. Like, you can go and touch the ribbon before you buy it. So there's one in Mobile, and I didn't think about it. Like, I didn't think about it until I saw on somebody. I follow all these Halloween YouTubers who, like, their entire channels are just about Halloween. I don't know how they come up with content year round, but I could do Christmas content year round. I know that. That's what my channel originally was. It was called Everyday Christmas. Anyway, they were showing, like, the stuff, the Halloween stuff they have, and I was like, oh my god, I need to go there. And I need to go to At Home because they have a Ouija board sign, and I've been wanting to make a Ouija board wreath since I started making wreaths. And I was like, I'm gonna do this myself. I'm gonna figure out how to do this. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go buy that sign. That's what I'm gonna do. And it's raining, so I can't take pictures of this wreath. So that's fun. Where is the center? Didn't I put a thing in here? Yeah. Okay, so what do we think? This is different for me. I mean, I know I basically did the same thing on the 21-inch mesh wreath, but I ended up hating that and had to add the extra bows. Here, I feel like the mesh is bold enough, and the leaves that come down, you know, it feels like a natural thing for this to... Excuse me, I have to die real quick. A natural thing for this to, like, kind of fade into this. Now, I just remember, because I just looked over here, I do have my pumpkin, which would go great right here since there's a hole, not a hole, but there's a spot right there. My thing fell behind the table, so that's gone forever. This, I feel like it's too big, but I like this right here. Just one. Oh. See that? I don't know if y'all can see that. There's just like a big hot glue glob from where I glue that on. Yeah, I like that with that. So yeah, this would be the configuration. Do I want to add more glue? Is that, or is that just enough glue? I think that's just enough glue. But I do want to make sure I have... I'm going to cut this one and then immediately spray. Y'all, that spray glue, I love it. It clogs up so bad, which I understand. It's glue that's coming out of like a hairspray bottle. But if you don't clean it out right after you spray, you got to like soak it in hot water. You got to like spray it underneath the faucet. It's such a mess. Damn, baby, what you do to your hair? Remember that scene from Ghost? Oh, I like that movie. Because it's got Fitz. What is his name? Fitz from Scandal? The guy with no eyebrows, Tony Goldwyn. I love me some Fitz. Fritz, whatever is it? No, it's Fitz because it's like Fitzgerald, right? Okay. You seem a little long. And I don't think you need to be all up in my face like that. Here we go. So, I think this mesh was $8. We used 3 things, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. Let's see, calculator, where are you? 16 plus 2 for the frame, 18. Plus this ribbon, say 15? No, no, not 15, but 26 times 3 equals 78 plus 25 equals 103. That seems high. I'm gonna have to go back and... Well, no, because this is all really nice ribbon, so it's not like I can discount the ribbon, and this still feels a little long. Isn't this the one I was like 4 feet to begin with? So somewhere around 100. I mean, that's pretty much what... I mean, I'm at a point now where I can pretty much make a wreath and know when I need to stop. I really like this one, y'all. My mom told me the other day, she's like, it's almost time for me to take down my spring wreath. I was like, it's the middle of summer, you should have taken your spring wreath down like 3 months ago. But she's like, I gotta put my fall wreath up. And I was like, do you want a summer wreath? She's like, do you have any? And I was like, mother, there are more wreaths than there are walls in this house right now. So if you'd like to buy this wreath, check out my Etsy link down below. If you want to join us on Patreon. Is there something here that I made on Patreon? Well, I made that little thing that fell off the table. Join us on Patreon. We're making a lot of wreath embellishments. Y'all get to see the wreaths as soon as I'm done. I will take a picture of this one and I will post it on Patreon as soon as I hit, as soon as I stop filming. What else is there? Instagram, if you want to follow me there. I'm not posting as much, but I'm going to try to get back into it now that I'm kind of back into the groove. And Venmo if you want to buy me a iced coffee. Because I'm an iced coffee person now. I don't know if y'all heard about that. I drink iced coffee now. I don't make a big deal out of it though. It's not like my entire personality. Oh my god, I could use an iced coffee right now. That sounds like a good idea. Alright, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think about the actually letting the mesh show. You know why I did this is because so many people are like, oh, it's such a nice mesh and you covered it with ribbon. And I was like, that is what sells, Olivia. Listen, this is what people want. You think I want to cover a wreath in ribbon? No, I'd love to just leave mesh on a wreath and save myself $75 every time I order ribbon. But there we go. There's some mesh showing. There's a nice big bow. There's florals. It's a nice balance. I love it. I will see you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, bye.